Oh yeah. All right, we'll give it a shot. Get
Don't
it?
shoot me.
And also, I can't see. I can't see Jaeger's torchlight.
Oh, hold on, I can fix that. Doot and doot. Now you can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
down the hall going.
Follow him.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow Jaeger, and just have kind of my left hand on his shoulder, and my right hand just resting on my holstered gun.
I don't know what the fuck literally died in here, but it smells god awful.
Probably
and I plug
those
my
rats.
nose and kneel down and take a look at whatever the fuck this vile goop is under us.
Currently,
And try
you
to-
are standing in some murky, puddled water. It's very dark. It looks a little viscous, but you think it's water. But the smell doesn't seem to be coming from under your feet. It seems to be coming from down the hall.
I go to tap on the water with my toes to like make sure there's actually floor underneath it.
You do, and there is.
Okay. I kind of daintily tippy toe in the water.
All right.
It smells a little bit better in here, guys. I don't see anything weird.
See anything interesting?
There's another door to what looks to be just an extension of this room. Is the smell getting worse here, Jamie?
No.
No.
Jaeger!
Arcane armor.
Hold on just a second and back up one space for me. You two are around. The moment you step close to that stove, suddenly an apparition starts swirling in front of it until the body of a blue woman, or spirit,
We've angered it.
appears facing the oven, or stovetop. It seems to be just standing there.
Facing the stovetop.
Oh, there's
So I
more blood on the
freeze and
floor.
I grab Orion at his side and just am motionless.
I go to unholster my pistol, and then I think to myself, this is a fucking ghost, and I put it back, and I just wait for my inevitable doom. And I whisper to Jaeger, we're gonna be fine.
It slowly turns around and stares directly into your eyes, Jaeger.
I take one sidestep away from Jaeger.
And I go kind of swirling my arm at him, but not taking my eyes off the apparition.
It starts leaning in towards your face.
I just kind of lean back my head a little bit, but just frozen in fear in place.
I'll turn around and just kind of position my face through the door behind me, and make if you've ever seen Team America when he's in the back of the truck and he's undercover, and I'm gonna do that and hope somebody sees me, because I sure shit can't see them.
Well, we're both holding torches. You should be able to see us.
Nope.
You can't see me with a torch right here?
Everything's dark.
He's around the corner in the other room.
Yeah, so if I did that, yeah, okay, so yeah, I see you then. I do
Okay.
that and then I come back. All right, there we go.
This thing's face is literally an inch away from your nose, Jaeger, and it's motionless right now, just staring into your eyes.
I'm just statued, frozen in fear.
A blade appears in its right hand, a spectral blade. Same coloration and same displacement as the thing in front of you. As it slowly raises it in front of you, and then stabs into itself once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. It just keeps going until it stumbles
look
back
away when it does
and
it.
falls into the floor and vanishes. I need you to make a will check for me.
I turn around and I'm doing the flailing thing again. I don't notice that it's left.
I think the rest of us are approaching slowly, but I'm not sure how fast we're moving through here.
I'm just gonna keep doing it.
You steel yourself against this Jaeger, as the image is horrifying, but you kind of shake it off.
I turn back around. Where'd it go?
It killed the fuck out of itself.
Where did what go?
There was this blue ghost, and it just stabbed the shit out of itself with some spectral knife, and I don't know what the fuck is happening.
I'm starting to feel we should just burn this place down.
Seems a bit haunted.
You guys remember what's going on here, though, and I kind of visibly shake my shoulders a little bit, almost, physically shaking it off. There's that demonologist or something here that's taking these people, and that was some really good ale that we had earlier. Or some rum. I'd really like to get more of that.
There will be time.
I feel
Maybe
like we're gonna have to go back
look out
down
for
that
more
hall.
blood. Avoid blood, maybe.
Avoid it.
I'm gonna check out these sacks that are right here.
You poke at the sacks. Are you looking inside the sacks?
Inside, yeah.
Okay. You start opening up the sacks,
God.
and inside these sacks is nothing. Seems to be just a bunch of bags propped up against the wall that aren't even filled with anything. Other than a bunch of dust.
Just kind
Maybe a spider or two.
of throw onto the side. Nothing here. I tiptoe again very daintily around the blood puddle.
I would like to cast.
Okay.
Cast what?
Go.
Ooh, you cut off Tyrannic. What was that?
Oh.
I'd like to cast Sense Life.
Oh, Sense Life. Okay. Do it in the chat here. Let's see what it does.
All right, 1 second.
And while he's doing that, I want to check out the stove and see what's on the stove, or if there's doors on the stove, anything like that.
I also wanted to check out these bottles here.
Sure. We'll start with the stove. Examining the stove, it looks rusted. It looks old. It also looks like there's a bit of really old dried blood across the top of it. As far as anything else with it, there's nothing outstanding and unique you see about this stove.
Any pots or pans?
No, not on top of it. There is a bucket next to it, though. Brunhilde, you said you're looking at the bottles?
Yeah.
There are old, empty wine bottles, beer bottles, a couple of them cracked or shattered, just kind of strewn about, as if someone's just been drinking them and throwing them aside.
Oh, okay. Wait, so do they look like recently drank and thrown aside?
You're trying to tell how long ago they've been drunk from?
Well, no, like, do they look like there's like a layer of dust on it, or does it look like...
Oh, yes. Yes, it does.
It's not.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna put it back down and go away and start walking down the hall. I see Jaeger going.
You doing that Sense Life, Tyrannic?
I'm gonna.
It does not seem like I've got that in my list. For some reason, I messed something up yesterday. I'll put the detail.
Okay.
So are we not
I'm gonna
going
pick
through
up
this
the,
door back here then, Orion?
I'm gonna pick up the bucket, and I just want to take the bucket with me.
You grab the
Are you
bucket.
talking about this door here?
Yeah. Yeah, are we just
Yeah.
gonna ignore that it's there?
I want to go look at this. Is this a door here?
That is a door.
Is there like doorknobs or like just handles? What's the deal with these doors?
There is a...
Describe the doors.
It's a large wooden door with some iron plating on it. There is a large handle to your left on it, and it does have a keyhole. Also, Tyrannic, is that your use of Sense Life?
Yep.
So it's a sphere within a 5-yard radius centered on a point. So in that space, you could sense life. So where are you wanting to sense life at?
I'm going to cast it on this blood puddle because I'm kind of curious if there's anything nearby us or if there's anything weird going on with that blood puddle.
Sure. You, anyone looking, can see Pterodot kind of cite a quick channeling spell and hold out his hand towards this old blood puddle as he casts Detect Life, or Sense Life.
Don't touch that.
And you don't sense anything radiating from that point, Pterodot.
Sense in that 5-yard radius over the next minute here.
Correct. And if something does show up, you may, but you are honed in on that spot. Orion, what were you doing with that door?
Just to recap, this is the house. We're inside the house that I saw that awful thing spider climb around the edges and shit, right?
It did climb along the wall of this house on the outside. Yes.
Okay. All right, just verifying. I would like to test the door to see if it's unlocked, but I don't want to. If it does start to move, I'm not gonna open it all the way.
Okay. When you
I'm just gonna like keep my eyes focused like behind us, by the way. I just want that stated so nothing's coming up on us.
when you try that door, Ryan, pulling or pushing, it doesn't budge.
So I'll turn around and say, I believe we need a key, my friends. Perhaps.
I don't know
It's
if
in the
I
other
smelled a
room?
key, but I smelled something in the hallway. I want to double back and check that out.
Might be your upper lip.
Yeah, if the door's locked here, we might as well go back anyway. No point kicking it down.
Can I use my bucket and pick up some of these empty bottles and just kind of keep them in my bucket?
Make a perception check for me.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
And as Thrax sneaks behind me, I just kind of show my arm back to pause him real quick.
Looking and digging through these bottles, each one you find is cracked, is missing some glass, is already shattered. You can't find any usable bottles amongst this garbage.
Oh, I'm not looking for usable bottles.
You just want glass?
Yeah, just whatever glass, broken glass, I'm just putting it in the bucket.
Okay, I'll say you get some broken glass. I'm not sure how to measure that.
I don't either. But after that, I'll continue on. Yeah, there we go.
Are you able to
There's-
smell also,
and
Ryan?
I grab Orion.
No, I cannot smell anything.
Okay. Thrak, I know you're probably good at this. You smell the stench coming down the hallway too. It's the stench of decay.
Oh yeah, very familiar smell. Not pleasant though.
So,
Yeah, lost Robbie.
oh, we lost.
We
Robbie.
lost Teratic?
Yeah.
No, I knew he was lagging. All right, well we're gonna autopilot him forward and catch him up then, as he sees his group rolling out and runs to join up.
So I look back at Thrax and say, "You smell that, man?"
How could I not? I'm gonna be smelling this for weeks.
There's looks like there's some sort of opening a little bit to the right, and I just kind of creep forward a bit.
And I'll just be kind of in lockstep with him as well again. But this time I don't have my hand on his shoulder. Well, yeah, I'll have my left hand on his shoulder and my right hand I'm carrying my bucket of glass.
Okay.
I see the furniture at the end of the hall. What is that?
At the very end of the hall, you could see a very messy and dirty and old moldy bookshelf. You also,
So
directly under you, see a door with a lot of holes in it.
So taking a look over at the bookshelf, I also happen to notice the blood puddle in front of the bookshelf.
No, no.
And just recounting what just happened to me, I look to swap places with Orion, and I push him forward and I say, "Go check that out."
Oh, all right.
Oh.
I'll walk forward to the blood puddle, but I don't want to touch the blood puddle.
You approach this blood puddle, and as Jaeger's memory is recollects. Another apparition swirls into view. Except this time,
Nope. I turn around and walk away.
when it appears, it's facing all of your direction. Who is looking at this thing?
I'm
me.
looking behind us.
I'm looking at it.
I just go to this door and see if it's unlocked. Start testing the
It
handle.
is.
Okay, good.
Also, she stares at all of you for maybe about 5 seconds, turns left, and floats through the wall.
She probably went in here.
Who went in what?
I was better than the last ones.
Can you give me a ping about where she went through the wall?
Seemed like right there, right?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm catching up there. Did I sense anything with life sense during that?
No.
Or has it been longer than a minute?
It has not been longer than a minute, I'd say. I actually probably has, but I'll still say no. Your sense life spell didn't detect anything.
I'd like to take a closer look at the bookshelf and see if there's anything that stands out, maybe not dusted or looks more pulled out than the other books.
There is, I'll save you a roll. There's nothing on this bookshelf significant that you could find just kind of looking over everything in it.
Okay. So I look at the place where she passes through and I look at Orion about to enter the doorway. So, are we checking that out, buddy?
I don't see why not. Plus, we
Well,
need a key to go the other way.
Why don't you take a look in those holes in the door and see what you see?
Perhaps the key's in this one.
I want to just creak the door open and look in through like the crack,
Okay.
just where kind of the light from the torches is going through.
See something. So, kind of peeking through the door, it looks like another, perhaps a guest room of sorts. You can see a few broken bed frames again, a little chest between them that's just wide open, a nightstand. That's all you can see just kind of peeking in.
I'll turn and say, I can't see much of anything without a torch in hand. Either if someone wants to hand me a torch, I'll go in. Otherwise, be my guest.
I give
This place is
Orion my
scary.
torch.
You to give Orion your torch?
Yep.
Okay. Give me-
I'm assuming, so I was sort of gesturing like this, like, this place is scary, and then a torch just lands in my hand. Okay.
Let me give you this torch here.
I will slowly just peek in the room. I'll take a step in and look around.
When you take a step in and look around, it's a lot of what you saw before, except now you could see a bookshelf with a lot of books just kind of strewn out on the floor, pages ripped out on the floor, and a lot of crumpled up and mashed papers on the southern side specifically.
Okay.
I'm
I see
taking a
Jaeger
look for
over
any
there.
signs of apparition. Otherwise, looking at the books on the floor, seeing if I notice anything unusual, or just what the open books and pages on the floor are.
Okay. Orion, what would you say right before that?
I see Jaeger going over there to check out the books and the papers. I want. Is this like a trunk over here?
Yes, this is an open
Between
trunk.
I'd like to go just kind of peer into that open trunk.
Cobwebs, dust, and oldness.
Okay. So I'll walk back over here, and I want to put my bucket down with all my broken glass and like half bottles and stuff like that. And I just want to take my foot and stomp in it a couple times and just really get that glass broken.
Okay. You do that. You start stomping the glass and really getting a ton of little tiny shards here that only
Man, he's got
you could
like,
probably
some
stomp
crazy
and be
plan.
okay with.
Yep. All right. And I just keep it in the bucket.
What was
And
that
I'll. You never know when you might need broken glass.
I turn around and go, "That's true."
for? Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm just gonna keep watch down the hall, down this way.
Jaeger.
I'm continuing to inspect the books. Yeah.
I won't have you make a roll for this either, because it should be it should be obvious. But the books on the floor with the pages ripped out look a little more whole, but they're all moldy. They're all illegible. It looks like water damage has hit a lot of this stuff. But directly to the south of that bookshelf, or right in front of you, you can see where it looks like a lot of the debris or papers and whatnot have been trampled here repeatedly.
Can I see if the trampling is directional or if it looks like somebody's just kind of stomping in a circle or erratically?
Can't tell.
Okay. I'd like to pick up the paper and see if there's anything legible, unravel it, unfold it, whatever.
Same as before. Illegible and too rotten to tell anything with.
This place sucks.
I don't think there's anything in here, guys.
It does.
Worst library I've ever been to. And I'll sort of take my glass bucket and walk back out into the hallway.
Jaeger, you notice as you walk away from where you were, the smell seems to get a little bit lighter. Just a bit.
Huh. And I kind of look back towards the room. There's something in there. And I kind of go to the eastern side and I sniff around to see if it's thicker or not as bad.
The smell seems to be permeating from the eastern side of the room.
You want a hand looking around?
Go back over to the eastern side. Yes, please. Your dick probably has a better sense of smell than I have.
I bet he does. I bet he does.
Do we need to have the dog search?
I mean,
There's something around this bookcase, I think.
He's gonna have a hard time searching though, because he doesn't know what he's smelling for.
Well, I guess I can give it a shot.
I gesture broadly to the area.
I'm going to attempt a search if anybody wants to help me.
Where are you searching?
Yeah,
or what are
I-
you searching?
I want to feel like up and behind the bookcase here.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. With a boon.
I'll hold the torch.
I'm still just looking out the like hallway. Like I've got my head stuck out the hallway, but I'm like in the room.
Jaeger.
Ooh.
Or, oh yeah, Jaeger. You start feeling around the bookshelf side, looking for something weird, because that smell is just atrocious, and it's so strong right here. Eventually, you stop feeling on the bookshelf and just kind of pat your hands on the wall, about to stop and give up, when suddenly your hand pushes in on the wall, and you hear a click. And the wall starts sliding behind the bookshelf.
Whoop! Oh, I've done
Secret
something.
door. Secret door.
Turn
Secret
around,
door.
though.
Looking past the wall that's opened up,
Oh.
Oh,
you
Jesus.
immediately see a corpse slumped up against a wall. It's a little irregular too, as it looks like the man has been gutted down his midsection, and just looking a little close, you could see his lungs missing.
Oh Jesus.
Does this line up about where the ghost went through the wall?
It is, I'd say it's pretty accurate.
Something took his breath away.
What's even in here?
I lean in for a closer inspection of his gear, his or her gear, or even trying to identify the gender, trying to get an idea of, can I ascertain, what was this person? Maybe a bandit or something else? Is it male, female? Is it elf, orc?
Sure.
Something else?
So it looks like this was a human male. They seem to be wearing some robes as well, dark robes. Just kind of inspecting their body, you don't find anything on it, but once you look at the inside of his arm, you can see a tattoo of a horned skull on it. And I can actually, I think, show you what that looks like.
Oh.
If roll 20 cooperates. Which it is not doing right now. So a skull that is looks like a horned skull on his inner arm.
Okay.
It's infinitely.
Anybody recognize this symbol?
Oh, here it is.
It's a skull.
Drag it out now.
Well, thank you, medic.
Looks like that.
Okay.
I'm the medic.
Well, medic, you want to get in here and see what you can learn about that?
Sure. I'll give it a proper examination. What would you like me to look for?
Well, it's missing something
that's
from its
gross.
chest.
I'm gonna go back and keep looking out the door.
I'd like to, I guess, look over the body, see if anything is outstanding, other than what looks to be the obvious cause of death of missing organs.
Make a perception check with 2 boons. Or intelligence. Do intelligence check with 2 boons. I'm sorry. You're a doctor.
I am a doctor. Not a great doctor.
So in inspecting the body, you really can't divulge any other information than what you see right in front of you, a man with his midsection ripped open. The only thing you can tell, really, in how this thing was cut, is it seems to be more precise than rather something just ripped him open, like he was sliced open.
This could have been work of maybe another doctor, or a butcher, or an organ harvester.
Well, it
There's
kind of sounds
something
like the
going
same
on
thing to
here.
me.
Looking sort of around the corner here, are those stairs that are starting to go up?
Those stairs go down.
Go down. And does that blood look like it was dragged up the stairs to this point?
It does.
So,
I have reason to believe this body's been moved.
Wait,
I
what
don't
now?
think he walked up here like that.
No, I think you're right.
I want to take my, I want to pull my gun out and load it,
Oh, great. Jesus.
and then reholster it.
I'd like to cast a spell at the moment.
Mhm.
I'm going to cast Arcane Armor. And up my defense, because I think stuff's about to get real.
Okay, you do that.
So, how about we go take a look to see where our friend came from?
Who's
Can I,
leading
like-
the way?
Can I like Scooby Doo, like my way to the side and kind of shine my torch a little bit,
Shining
just so we can see down the stairs?
Shining your torch down the stairs, you see they lead on for a good bit, maybe about 20 or so steps. It's hard to tell from here, but it looks like the ground becomes concrete or stone towards the bottom, but that's all you can make out unless you go.
So I do have one more question. I would like to know the type of wound that this corpse has. Would I have seen anything, or me or Jaeger have seen anything similar to that from the town where we originally met?
Lungs missing.
Ugh.
I'll say in this case, maybe similar at best, but it maybe not exactly in the same way.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll just make note of that. I won't say anything. Who else has a torch at the moment looking around? So it's me and
Tyrannic.
Brunhilde? Tyrannic? All right.
Yeah.
No, I don't have one. I can just see.
Should I toss this down the stairs? And I kind of wave the torch.
I'm going to
I have
toss
another.
mine. You can't see in the dark.
mean-
I can at least see a little bit.
I have
This
another.
place looks like it's made of wood, so if we're planning on going down after it, I would recommend maybe not.
So
I
as
thought it was
Orion's
a stone-
waving it,
stone
I
floor.
snatch it out of his hands and I scooch forward and I say, "Give me that!" And I with some determination kind of scoot past everybody to take the forward.
You took the torch. Let me light you up
Yep,
here.
took the touch.
There you go. Are you heading down?
I'm at the top of the stairs.
Okay.
I go and I start like putting a foot down on the next step, and I say, "We're doing this."
Well,
In
I
a
was
half
running the
mission, half
torch,
command
but
type of way.
That's what it seems like.
I guess you've got the torch. You're the leader. Let's go.
So
Was my torch.
This is as far as my character can go.
Okay, hold on a second, and I will
Take us to the next screen, DM.
that. Give me just a second.
A hard drive is loading.
That's right, we're loading. All right, what's the...
Where are the tips on the screen?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we have any helpful tips or tricks, hints during the loading screen?
I'll
Remember
need
to
some.
take a
come up
break.
with something slick later.
All right.
Everything in moderation.
What's the marching order? Because these are some
I
tight
believe
stairs.
we've got it on the stairs.
We gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it was
I'll bring up the rear,
Ye-
I guess.
Jaeger,
Which is
Orion.
weird.
Thoratic, Thrak, Brunhilde.
Okay.
Brunhilde!
And with my torch in one hand, I grab my small shield in the other.
Okay, because I don't know how to move players between instances at the top here, and the stairs are only so small, a few of you won't be able to see for a moment. But,
I think you can drag them, like you can pull down the pages and drag the tokens to that map, right?
maybe? Let me try. Oh, yep, there you go. And there you go. Oh, Jaeger. The moment you decide to start
So-
walking around the... No, you walk forward, buddy. I want to...
No, well, I wanted to let you know that the lighting wasn't blocked here.
Oh. Oh, that's fine. So,
Okay, well, I go around the corner. That's fine.
when you go around the corner, you see a creature crouched down. Looks like they might be sewing or stitching or doing something to a man in the corner, as well as a few undead creatures munching on some corpses. Also, let me see what you're talking about with the
I don't
lighting.
know. Is his torch active? Because I'm definitely in
You're
like essentially darkness except for the torch two
crap.
candlesticks in the room.
Yeah, you are.
Hold on.
I can fix that because the viewers can't see what's going on here because this is a technical difficulty. Let me see what happened here.
I'm sharing my screen in Discord, Jamie.
I see what happened here. Hold on, I can fix this. Orion, come back into the world, please.
What?
There you go.
Okay.
I will fix this.
I'm still on the old map.
Yes, that is intentional.
Okay.
Did that fix the lighting?
No, I still see
No.
everything.
Really? Okay, let me see if it's the page settings itself. Sorry, folks. Like I didn't have this one sussed out right. Oh, I see what happened. So it's going to look a little funky on this map, but that's okay. We're just going to roll with it because it's not something I can just fix
Okay.
like this. So
Cool.
that is what you all see, Orion and Tyratic.
Our cameras got all messed up.
What do you mean?
You need to turn your camera back on, Matt.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Boom, fixed. Good work. All right.
All right, so same definition, but they don't seem to be paying any mind to you. Now let me drag everyone over there.
In the meantime, I would like to gently, because I still can't really see anything outside of these two candlesticks, but
Yeah, I can't see anything.
whatever
I can't see anything.
whatever cover there is, I want to try and like hide or be stealth. So I guess should I roll an agility check?
I'd say it's a little too late to roll a stealth check now, being where you're at, because once you come down here, Oh, and I gotta drag Brunhilde. Well, here you go, Brunhilde. And
Now I can see things.
Thrak, bringing up the rear. Somehow fitting his dog down these steps. This creature stands up from this man in the corner who is missing an arm and a leg and looks like he was being sewn up, and turns and faces you, Jaeger and Orion, as you two are all I can see right now because there's supposed to be a railing for those stairs. The moment he notices you, he points and starts shouting in some weird sounding dark language that you don't, well, no one knows Abyssal, right?
Yeah.
No.
Don't know it, but I'll say me and Orion recognize it.
Starts shouting some guttural Abyssal language at you, as immediately the creature south pokes its head up and looks your direction and bares its teeth, and we are going into some combat.
As soon as it does that, I take my bucket of broken glass and I throw it in front of me across the floor in between us and the two assholes to the south.
Okay. We'll say the glass covers there and there. Right next to it. How's that?
Okay.
And let's go into some combat. So, who wants to take a fast turn?
I'll wait. I'm gonna wait.
Have they made any sort of, other than the yelling, have they made any sort of threatening move, look to grab weapons? Do I notice anybody has claws?
The thing pointing at you and yelling seemed very threatening. It seems to have very long claws and a lot of lenses on its face and bandages wrapped all over its body. In its left hand seems to be a leg that's opened up, and you can see the veins exposed and slightly pulled out.
And is that the same thing that we had seen outside?
It is exactly the same thing you saw outside.
Okay.
So what's fast turn? What you doing?
I'll be a slow turn.
Okay, we're moving to slow turns then.
Okay. I am going to.
What do these two little imps down at the south look like they're doing?
I look like they were eating, but now they're staring at you with their fangs bared.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a step forward and pull out my gun, which is already loaded,
Cap 'em.
and I'm going to look at the only one I can see because it's still pitch black in here to me, except for the two candlestick.
Is it pitch black?
And
Are
I'm
you sure?
going to- well, I have the two circles. I can't see from Jaeger's torch.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. There you go.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Much better. All right, so I'm going to take a shot at the one over there in the middle. And can I take like a focused shot or anything like that? Is there anything?
I'd say you can plant your feet and aim and get a boon to it, but that's going to leave you vulnerable.
Okay.
It's always a sacrifice when you're trying to get something extra.
That's fine. I'll be vulnerable.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a shot at this, and I'm going to use trickery. And by doing so, I mean I'm gonna pretend like I'm aiming at the big, real scary thing for a second, and then I'm gonna come and aim and shoot at this dickhole here. All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go, murdering. There we go.
You line your shot up
Yeah.
perfectly with
There
this
we
thing
go.
as your bullet sinks right into its chest as it slams up back against the wall and takes a ton of damage.
Very nice.
Any other fast turns?
We're on
I
the
Oh,
look
slow
back
turn,
to
sorry.
Jaeger and kind of lighten my eyes up a little bit, just briefly.
I mean, I can't really see anything. Boy, I didn't know that was there. I'm sorry, I was AFK at that part.
It's okay. Just pass this agility check. And okay. So Brunhilde goes sprinting around the corner right at this weird thing and starts kind of fumbling on the glass and just trips and falls down
Where?
right about here.
No, I went around the top.
You went around the top?
Yeah.
No, that's...
Did it not show that?
No, you didn't do that at all.
Oh, okay. Whatever, I'll take it. Sure.
But you still have an action.
As she runs by, I start to be like, wait,
I'm sorry. On my screen, I saw I was doing it around the top. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Okay, go.
Let's keep going. Keep going.
Everyone else, you are gaining 1 insanity.
Oh no.
And
At what point is insanity bad?
when it reaches your will, And I'm gonna roll it
When it reaches your
when it
will?
reaches your will amount. Yes.
Oh, I got a fuck ton of space. Let's go.
And I'm gonna roll a d6 with 1 and 2 being 1 and.
Let's get crazy.
Okay, so you guys are now frightened for 1 round plus however much insanity you have. Make sure to remember that you have a bane.
Just the ones who failed.
Yes.
That? Okay.
This creature is going to hop over this pedestal and try to pounce on you, Brunhilde, as it comes at
Oh,
you with its
fantastic.
claws and teeth.
Fight it.
I'm a little preoccupied right now.
Fight it off.
Did you see that thing?
Oh God.
As it rips into you, Brunhilde, and latches onto you.
Christ.
And unfortunately, this thing has a special,
Oh, holy fuck.
Fuck.
I believe, a special edition that happens. So you're gonna take 12 damage, and as it latches onto you, it immediately starts drinking your blood,
No, it's thirsty.
and you take another 1d6 damage,
Oh boy.
which is 3 more.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
You are now fatigued.
Oh boy.
Drink a
Oh
potion.
boy.
Drink a potion.
Can I
You also have
use?
second wind.
Can I do stuff right now or no?
Not till your turn.
Okay.
That's gonna bring us to a new round. Oh, and actually,
You have old boy in the
yeah, to
corner.
end this guy.
Oh boy.
He seems to be on the ceiling watching the ghoul intently right now. He's kind of glancing at all of you, kind of sporadically, but his attention's on what the ghoul is doing more than anything, and Brunhilde.
What about a homeboy in the corner?
Homeboy in the corner is unconscious and slumped up against a wall.
Okay.
And that's going to lead us to... Yeah, new round. Yeah, new round. Fast turns.
I don't think any of us can take fast. Well, maybe 1 or 2. But...
Yeah.
Is drinking a potion an action?
Yes.
So I can do one or the other?
What do you mean?
My second wind or the...
I think your second wind is an action as
Potion.
well, so yes.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay.
What are the,
I'm
are the
immediate-
walls made of stone?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm immediately going to do my second wind thing.
Okay.
Catch your breath.
Catch my breath, yeah.
How much health does that heal you for?
Healing rate.
What's your
Yeah.
healing rate?
4.
All right. As this thing has its teeth sinked into you and is clawing at you, you kind of, I'm okay. I'll be all right, and just kind of recover some health.
So I look up at the thing on the ceiling, anxiously wanting to do something to it, but noticing it's on the fucking ceiling and Brunhilde heavily injured. I charge. Can I charge the other ghoul from this side?
Are we doing fast turns?
It's fast turns.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can charge on a fast turn, right?
I'm not sure, honestly. That's a warrior thing, right? I mean, if you want to use the charge is a movement, but you take a bane or 2 or something like that for doing it, right? Don't you?
You take 1 bane. I take 1 bane, but my warrior thing gives me a boon, so it's net neutral.
Okay, let's see it. You can do it from there.
Okay. So I'm gonna charge in and make an attempt to shove, which is going to be a attribution check of my strength versus its agility.
Okay. It's going to roll its agility.
Fuck you.
And you do successfully shove this thing. Does that do damage as well?
I don't think so. It just puts it in a knockdown state.
Okay. So you knock this thing prone onto the
Thunder
ground.
falls prone. Yeah.
And I will mark that.
Okay.
A little snail. Alright, and that's the only fast turn? Okay, and you can't stay in the same space as Brunhilde. You could be next to her. You can only be in her space when
Okay.
moving around.
Okay.
Alright, that's going to bring us to our other guys have to take fast turns, which they are. This one's going to use its movement to just stand on its feet, and getting a taste for some dwarven blood is going to lean in for try to get some more. As he comes at you again with his claws, teeth.
No. Not today.
Oh God.
As it sinks its claws and teeth into you, and starts just clamping down and draining you of everything you have.
I'm dead.
Well, almost. And that puts you, I believe you are in a defenseless state on the ground now as you fall to the floor. And it will continue to drink your blood, which is going to make you take even more damage. As you see Brunhilde's life fading away. This will actually trigger the thing on the ceiling's action, as finally it sees what it was looking for, as it leaps off the ground and starts sprinting at Brunhilde. Thrak, you'll get a swing at it if you want.
I do want.
Because it falls to the floor and just starts hopping this sarcophagus.
Yeah,
As you catch it in its side for 2 damage.
Let me see that red. Alright.
And it hops onto Brunhilde, takes its scalpel, and immediately slices through her, reaching its hand inside.
What?
And rips out her heart.
Oh my God!
That's brutal.
Brunhilde
Rip.
is dead.
Aw.
Oh my God!
Well.
That'll bring us to
I
slow
like to
turns.
play my sacrifice.
Well.
dear.
Okay, I am going to holster my pistol, and I'm going to run. And while I'm running, I'm going to take out my spear. I'm going to kind of hop over the glass that I threw, and I would like to make a driving attack against this other ghoul here and try to literally impale him against the wall or that pedestal, whichever one is kind of like, if he's on top of the pedestal, I'm going to take him off and pin him against the wall with the spear.
So you're trying to shove him?
No, it's a driving attack.
driving attack.
I make the attack with one band.
Okay, let's see it.
Okay, but that's going to be offset by trickery, so no banes. Here we go. Probably
You
not.
go to spear this thing, and it just barely gets out of the way of your spear.
Damn it.
Fuck.
Sad.
Any other slow turns?
All right. Well, that's it. for me.
Yeah. I guess I'll go next. I am going to fire another dart into the slowed one off to the right.
Okay. I don't know how to get rid of my snail. And you peg him for another 2 damage.
And that'll end my fear, so I'm going to take that off of me. And I would like to close the distance, I guess, going the long way. Yeah. And that's it for me.
Okay. Next slow.
I'm going to hop off Dick and send him around after Teratic and tell him to latch onto that thing and don't let go.
Okay. Let me pull him out for you here.
Thank you.
There's Dick. There's you. All right. Let's see it.
All right. So he's gonna come up here and he's gonna bite and try and hold on.
He goes for the bite, but this thing is still able to get out of the way of it in time.
All right.
And that will bring us to a new round, which fast turns can go. That's y'all again.
I'm going to kind of put my spear back on my back. I'll pull out my long knife, and I'm going to take a stab at this ghoul again.
Okay.
God damn it.
And it's still just, it's too evasive at the moment. You can't get a good beat on it.
I hate this thing.
I'm gonna take a swing at the ghoul with a boon. Ah, fuck.
As it's just prepared for this barrage of blows coming from its front side as it keeps moving out of the way. Any other fast turns?
These evasive fuckheads.
I guess I'll do a fast turn. I'll swing in with my dagger at the bandaged guy.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? It's instead of that, I will attempt a longbow shot on the slicey guy.
On the ghoul?
On the ghoul.
Okay, so you're trying to shoot around right now. Two folks are right in front of you, pretty close range. I say you're probably going to have to do it with a bane if you're trying to shoot right here.
One of them's on the ground bleeding out.
That is correct. You'll have to shoot with a bane from here if you want to do that.
Very well.
Uh-oh.
You loosen your grip on your arrow as it kind of hits the ground right next to you for easy retrieval.
Might need it
Welcome
later.
to my world.
I'm gonna have Dick try and bite him and latch on again.
All right.
Sometime. There we go.
This one gets a good chunk of this thing as I got to move Brunhilde out of the way for a moment. As it rips into this thing, he clamps down, but when he tries to hold on, he has a mouthful of blood, veins, and bandages instead loose from this creature.
Ugh.
Nice.
And we're gonna put Brunhilde's body in the corner for now. Sorry, Brunhilde.
I just get thrown to the side.
Okay, that's going to bring us to the enemy fast turns. Which now that this thing is on the ground and has an organ in its hand, it takes the heart and slides it up between its bandages. And immediately, you see some of its wounds seal up. As,
Rip me.
this is exactly, now I can post this,
I'm moving my character to try to see the health bar, but I'll move it back.
is what it did. So,
Jesus.
this will go to this. This. Go where? Okay. It's going to take its scalpel now. It's going to turn to you, Tarotic, and try to slice into you. Or Tarotic.
Okay.
Let's get the record straight. Is it Pterodac or Tyratic?
Tarotic.
Okay.
Tyratic.
Let it be known.
Tyratic.
Tarotic gets
That's going to be a hit.
sliced real good across his chest. Fortunately, he's not split open, but he is hurt.
I'm in bad shape.
This other wounded ghoul is going to turn to you, Orion, and try to lash out at you.
Spoiler alert, he succeeds, I bet. Wow.
Wow.
What do you know?
That's weird.
As he claws into you for 10 damage,
Weird how the GM hits with every
as
hit.
pieces of you hit the floor.
So weird.
I know, right? Real weird.
That would bring us to slow turns, which everybody went fast, so that'll bring us...
I did not go.
You did go fast?
No, I did go fast. I did go fast, yeah.
Which will bring us to a new round. So new fast turns.
I am going to use Nimble Recovery and walk away over here. And I'm going to heal for... and I move without triggering free attacks.
And I heal some. Okay, and that's my turn.
Gonna go ahead.
I'll scalpel into the guy right here in front of me.
Okay.
Any advantage because he's surrounded, or is he just that nimble?
Right now, he is not surrounded. He has 2 people to his side, or 3, I guess, on one side.
Okay.
And you will cut into him with your own scalpel as you stab back and cut some of his bandages.
Scalpel battle.
Physician, heal thyself.
Blood seems to be seeping from different areas of his bandages as well, so they get stained.
I'm gonna have Dick try and latch on again.
Dick gets more of this creature into its mouth. As it rips into him for 4 more damage. But same as before, it can't seem to hold on to this thing.
Seeing the blood spatter everywhere, I'm gonna make a quick attack on him. Come on, yeah.
And your club also strikes this thing right across its, I guess its chest in this case. It's after it got cut, it would turn. And you know you dealt some damage as you bash down those squishy, gross organs, maybe? You start to feel like this thing may just be full of organs and nothing else under these bandages.
Be careful, Brunhilde's heart is in there.
It looks severely wounded.
This demon fuck will die.
Alright, and then that's all the fast turns? Yeah, that was all y'all, wasn't it?
Is that right? The GM just doesn't want me to beat this thing down. I understand I'm too powerful for my own good.
Tyradek, this thing is going to try and stab you again.
This can't go possibly bad at all.
What's your AC?
He misses. I'm at it. Let me double check so I don't tell you the wrong number, but I believe that I am at a 14 currently.
You feel very fortunate to have armored yourself up as you see a scalpel with your life written across it as you're able to barely deflect the blow to the side.
Whew.
Uh,
Why can't I animate some shit like that?
This one's gonna move up to your side, Jaeger, and try to start clawing and biting down at you.
Bitch, I wish you would.
Does a 14 hit?
14, ho.
It
Oh, that hits.
Oh, yeah, it does.
as it slashes
That's gonna
into
hurt
you
bad.
for
That's gonna hurt real
13
bad.
damage. It does not latch onto you though.
No, because it's a bitch.
And I think that'll bring us to another new round.
Once again, I'll try to have Dick latch on,
My frightened affliction goes away.
as does mine.
So
With
Dick reaches in and tries to tear at this thing's leg, just hanging on to him, and pulls back, and actually pulls off this entire leg of this creature as it falls to the floor, struggling and clawing in every direction. As soon as it pulls it, you all see a grotesque sight. It turns out, under these bandages, when he pulled that leg off, a liver, one lung, half of a heart just spills out with it. Just a slew of random organs as this thing slowly stops clawing and stops moving.
He's like the Oogie Boogie Man. Filled with bugs.
Any other fast turns?
I'm gonna come over.
yeah, take a swing at the ghoul with my bloody fucking arm that's ripped apart.
All right.
Yeah.
And you again successfully club this thing right on his ribs as it seems to stumble a bit but barely hold on to what life it has left.
I don't see a health bar for it, by the way. Not that it terribly
Oh,
matters.
you don't? Y'all should be able to see that. Hold on. There you go.
There it is. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, they're fast.
Seeing it looks like it's about to die. Anybody want to finish this?
I look at my gun, and it's not loaded.
There's a lot of things for me to try to shoot through, so I will be taking it slow, I think.
Me and this ghoul just eye each other, fucking back and forth in
slow-
a stalemate.
slow-
Okay, that's gonna bring us to enemy fast turns, which this thing will try to get a last strike on you, Jaeger,
Oh no.
as it claws at you.
47 attack. Watch, here it comes. Yeah, fuck off.
Oh!
As you see the blow coming, and it's just so wounded, as its claws come by, you're able to knock him away with your club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, any slow turns left?
I
Yes.
will run up with a knife, and I want to just stab this thing in the head, the neck, whatever.
Okay.
Oh, come the fuck on! Come the fuck on!
Hey, you miss. You miss him.
You miss.
Yes, I do.
Any other slow?
I guess that leaves it
Yes.
Oh, God, that's...
Having planned to do something else for my turn, I guess I will close the distance and stab it in the back with a scalpel.
Okay. You are flanking. Well, actually, if you're wanting to stand... Oh, I guess you could flank it if you stand on top of the dead weird thing. Now, where you're standing right now, there is actually a pedestal, so you can't stand on top of that.
I'll do it from here.
That works.
I'll attempt not to stand on any important body parts from Manny later.
Gross.
Bane's boons or
Oh,
straight?
you'll get a boon for this.
Oh shoot.
Just roll d6 and add it.
1d6.
Yeah.
It's 15 total then.
Yep.
And as you go to stab this thing in the back, it looks like it's about to get out of the way, but you twist your blade just at the right time and catch it in the ribs as its body
Yeah.
straightens up for a moment and then collapses to the ground. And it is no longer moving. And that will bring us out of combat.
I just
I would
fall on
like
my
to-
ass and lean my back on whatever this tomb behind me is.
I do the same. Right next to him.
I'm gonna come over and pat Dick and oh, good boy, good boy.
Brunhilde, I'll put your body back now.
It's a good thing your ass is metal sitting on all that glass.
It doesn't bother me much. I'm just glad we have the Rat King here with us.
Oh.
Ugh.
Good
I'd
job,
like
Rat
to
King.
do a search for a dwarven heart. Do I see one of those lying around?
Are you wanting to try and unbandage this thing?
You know what?
I
Yes,
look
I will
away.
try.
I look away.
Make a
I look at it.
whoever's looking at this, and also as he does this, make a will check with 3 banes.
Ugh.
This is not going to go well at all.
Jesus, okay. I mean, I'll just add the insanity if you want.
Yep, me too.
Oh, Jesus.
So
That's
It wasn't worth it.
oh, Jaeger's actually
Ass, I gotta do it.
just stoned up, looking at this awful sight as Tyradek undoes these bandages and just sees all these displaced organs, some new, some rotten and decrepit, and even open with no blood whatsoever. Hearts, lungs, livers, veins that shouldn't be there. It is a disgusting sight as Thrak and Tyradek gain 1 insanity. But Jaeger shrugs and he's like, I've seen worse.
Did I find the heart?
You do see what could be a Dwarven heart, maybe, but it is not beating. No organs in front of you right now are active. In fact, a lot of them have holes, slash wounds, stab wounds, slice wounds.
What about the heart that he has?
What do you mean?
Does the heart that he has have slasher holes?
Oh, the creature itself?
The heart that he found.
The Dwarven heart.
Oh,
Presumed dwarven.
the only thing that looks like a dwarven heart looks just as cut as the rest of what's inside of them.
Dead.
I kind of pat Orion on the side of the arm, or Jaeger on the side of the arm, and I say, kind of look around the room and say, a lot of this looks very similar to Newham.
Can
You
we,
remember?
can
Sorry,
we,
I was reading chat.
Can we use a fortune to not make the heart cut?
You know what? I'd say you could, but if the battle y'all are trying to fight here to bring her back with a heart transplant is a mountain to climb.
I'm an expert doctor. I can fix this.
Make a will check with 17 banes.
So what you're saying is there's a chance.
If you want to use a
Right.
fortune to see if maybe it looks like it could still be in usable condition, sure. Just be ready for this mountain if this is the route we're going.
I'll let one of y'all spend a fortune. I already spent one.
I will spend a fortune. I'm trying to save the life. Might as well.
Okay.
Yes. Thanks, Brian.
Are you going to try to do some emergency surgery?
Yes, I would like to pull out my healer's kit, and since the target is dying, I assume I make the challenge roll with one bane and see if I can save this.
It's going to be a lot more than a challenge roll with one bane. If that's what you thought, you have
All right, well, we
severely
got it, we
fucked up. I'm going to need you to succeed 3 intelligence checks. And I'm going to need you to do each of them with 2 banes.
Oh, shit.
Best 3 out of 5, right?
Oh my god.
This is the only chance you're getting.
You guys, I have a sister.
I have one.
I can do this. I can do this. I can save her.
Oh my god.
The wait for the roll to actually show up is what's killing
the
me.
anticipation's great.
Everyone stares as Tyradek moves his hands. It looks like it's working. But it work? Can she be brought back?
I'm just waiting for the roll to actually show up.
Will Roll20 lag out and ruin the moment?
Oh god, I can save her.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Let's just
Is
fire
this
up another
where all
roll.
our fortunes
There we
meet?
go.
I sit up and kind of anticipation as I see things happening.
Oh my god.
I can save her. Shoot. I don't think he'd even let me use my fortune to ace the last one, would he?
You gotta earn this.
All right.
God.
Oh gosh.
No
Here it goes.
pressure.
No!
The heart's in place.
I can save
The
her.
veins are connected, but it just won't pump. It seems this is not the way Brunhilde can be brought back.
Fuck this game.
Man, I thought you were a doctor.
I was. A former life.
You
Hey, he
were?
did a damn good job right here. That's
He
for
did.
sure.
That's solid.
I'm going to do something crazy and just cast a couple of my healing spells into it just to see if anything happens, but I doubt it.
On Brunhilde?
I'm going to expend it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and expend a cure on it.
Okay, let's see it in the chat. You cast Cure on Brunhilde, hoping maybe that will get her heart to beat again, or just get something going.
2 out of 3.
But nothing happens.
I could have
Us
saved
in
her.
the chat. I'm dead.
Should somebody say something?
Let's get out of here.
Well, holding my arm before we go, and I take a closer inspection of the body in the corner.
The body in the corner looks like a man of the faith. He seems to be wearing robes akin to, I think it's called the Faith of the New God, or Acolyte of the New God. It's a bald man with a little bit of graying hair around the top of his head. Unfortunately, looking at his body, with his missing arm and leg that looks crudely stitched up, it looks like he's been put through hell. Right now, his head's slumped to the side.
Well, guys, I think this is the father that our friend at the bar was telling us about.
Looks like we were maybe a day too late.
Having been forced to give up on my first patient of the night, I wander over and sit down, start get focused again, and I'm going to cast a light healing into him.
Okay. You cast light healing to him and see a few of the scars and cuts and rips into him actually start sealing.
Did I notice any rivers or streams in the town? I feel like there's only one way to properly.
There is a river
There's a large lake on the far side
and a
of town.
very large lake north.
You guys, I know what we have to do.
Take the father back.
After a few moments, the old man's eyes slowly open as he turns and looks at all of you just wide-eyed
Father Gregory.
and just starts breathing very fast, back and forth, panting. Get away!
Father
Get
Gregory,
away! I'll come again! Get away!
Father Gregory, you're not okay, but you're at least not in danger with us.
He starts
here.
nodding his head
You-
back and forth with his eyes wide. He seems to be looking at you, but at the same time not looking at you.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to drag him out.
Father Gregory, can you understand me? And I try to hold his head still.
It sews so slow. It sews. It takes and it sews.
And I point over at the corpse of the bandaged demon thing. I say, it's dead. It's dead, Father. We've killed it.
He deliriously just keeps looking around, shouting nonsense.
We're gonna have to get him out of here.
I'm gonna put a minor healing into him. So I'm gonna stand there, touch him again. I figure he's fighting me, but I will cast minor healing.
Okay, and he is actually not resisting at all. He's just kind of moving his head around in a daze. As he recovers a little bit more. But
All right, stay with me. Do you know your name? Do you know where you are?
but no change in his behavior whatsoever.
In looking at his missing limbs, has the healing spells done to him sealed those wounds, or are they still kind of bleeding out?
They're pretty sealed at the moment. There are crude stitches all where it was removed at, though.
Well, he's only half a man. I don't mind throwing him over my shoulder.
That's what we're gonna have to do.
Well, I suppose I can carry Brunhilde.
Yeah, I don't want to leave anything behind.
I say we burn this fucker to the ground.
I agree.
I don't feel like that this was it, but burning it down isn't the worst idea for sure. Before I pick up the father, I take a look at some of the bodies that are on the floor. Do I see anything usable?
You don't really see anything usable on these bodies that are mutilated. A couple have been opened up. They seem to be missing organs as well. A few limbs missing. The only thing you do notice is when you were talking before to the sergeant, and she was mentioning names and who they were, you can see that some of these descriptions match up. A man that looks like he's homeless, child, a person that looks like he was wearing some armor at some point that's been shattered and torn apart.
I take it the bodies in the bottom right corner are in the same shape. Nothing I can attempt to heal.
Those are mostly eaten.
Okay. But they have everything there, right? I have a chance, right?
I'd say no.
Okay.
All right. This looks like the folks Elise was talking about. I would go back over to the father. Say, Father, we're gonna take you back now. And I work to kind of fireman carry him on my shoulder.
Okay. The moment you say that and pick him up, he's still not resisting at all, but now he's just shouting in your ear, "To church we go! Back to God! Let's pray! God is good! He delivers us all!"
As I start to walk forward with him, I regret this already.
Put your hand over his mouth or something.
He starts shouting prayers and just citing text, you think? You're not sure. A lot of it doesn't make sense.
I'll pick up Brunhilde and kind of carry her.
Okay. And on that note, we're going to take a fat break. This time to figure some shit out. So,
Boom.
we're going to take we're going to aim for 15 minutes, but it may be 20. Hopefully not. But to see where we're going to go next and deal with our fallen comrade. So, you all will be back shortly. Hey everybody, we're back. We got our stuff together, and we have a few more affairs to get in order here after the chaotic events that just transpired. So let's jump right back into it. So you guys have made it outside the Moore house. You've got 2 bodies in tow, one still shouting, but nothing seems to be around. The area seems completely empty at the moment.
So I'll just kind of have Brunhilde over my shoulder.
The song.
And
Listen
I'll
to
say,
it. So good.
perhaps we find a proper place to dispose of to bury Brunhilde.
Where would you think that would be, Orion?
Well,
The music.
and I kind of look to the left and look to the right. I believe there was a river nearby that flowed through the city. And what more serene a place than down by the river?
So beautiful.
I thought doors were more the earthy type.
Well, there's not much earth here. Lots of stone and steel and smoke.
Yes.
The watery
about that.
depth will be the most peaceful.
And technically, water is a part of Earth, right?
It is part of the planet. I start
just kind of readjust the priest on my shoulder. Say, well, we need to get moving if we're gonna do this.
and I'll sort of walk up next to Jaeger and say and actually look at the priest, and I'll say, Father, you've probably done many funerals. Would you care to say some last words? As we're walking.
For Brunhilde. That sounded ominous.
When you say that to the man slumped over Jaeger's shoulder, what more is it? What? Is it going to take more? More? I have more? Take more!
I think that's a no. Maybe we'll just do it ourselves. And we'll start heading towards I'll start heading towards the direction of the river.
Onward.
Okay. You guys are able to, are we staying off the main road, or are we just going?
I would be avoiding a main road, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
want to be carrying a dwarf that's
two
been
bodies.
split in twain.
Right.
Very good. And so you guys are able to follow this back road a bit. You remember seeing that there was a large lake, you believed, way to the north, and there is a river flowing into it. You are able to make it to the river without anyone around.
Okay. So I'll go down and I'll lay her body
Over here and relax.
down just right at like where the shoreline is, just where the water's like halfway up to like where her ears are, and I'll just sort of stand up and take a step back, and I'll say, Brunhilde, she was a dwarf. She was also a nice person, and she had a big heart.
Oh God.
And that's also gone now too. But we have Brunhilde, and soon we won't, because we're gonna push her in the river. Does anybody else have any last words?
Oh,
I think you summed it up pretty well.
I'm sorry,
think
Brunhilde. I didn't mean for anyone else to die to these demons.
That's true. They are not nice things. We are sorry, Brunhilde. May the odds be ever in your favor. And I will just lean back down and just push her into the water.
As she slips below the waves, I'm just going to go up to the nearest wall or tree or just slam it real hard. And just lean against it after I do that.
Her body goes and sinks under the waters of the river, but still floating a good bit, as you see her body drifting towards the north and going under a stone bridge and drifting further until it's out of sight.
I'll turn back to Jaeger and say, I suppose we should get the father back to Elise, or should we take him to the church?
We should, and he's just mumbling just loud shit in my ear. Take him, to the church.
Is that where you want to go, father? To the church?
He seems to not be speaking at the moment, but just making mumbling laughter. Kind of something along the lines of like that.
It's not very polite for a funeral. You'd think he'd be better at this. Perhaps we'll see. It's still night, correct?
It is.
Perhaps we'll see Elise on the way back to the church.
Do you guys think that we should maybe go back to the bar maybe then instead and wait for Elise before taking him to the church?
And just sit out in the bar or out front with that.
Then to the church we go.
You guys heading to the church?
Yeah,
I'll follow Jaeger.
Okay.
to church.
So,
I will attempt to run the route that she told us she walks. I'm going to see if I can find the lady.
are you splitting up?
I am splitting up.
All right. So, you see Taratic kind of take a different turn and head back towards the main road. All of you head back towards the main road as well. Kind of the same direction to get there. Do any of y'all know where the church is? Was that told to you?
Do not.
No.
Okay, so you all, with the idea of heading to the church, start heading in a direction you hope that is towards a church.
10 out of 10.
Since none of you are truly sure where that is, you just kind of follow Taratic until you hit the main road.
Wait, y'all trailing me? Do I look back and see them? Just
You do, a whole group of them.
Yeah.
well, I'm going to be taking them back towards the main road and trying to find Blondie.
Okay, so you all head back to the main road with the father slumped over your shoulder. There's barely anyone out right now, but the few people that are out kind of glance and kind of stare for a while at this man slumped on your shoulder. But no one seems to approach you. You make your way north a good ways towards the bar that you had all gone to before, the Fallen Soldier, when you happen to spot a blonde lady walking your way, not talking to anyone at this moment. Very familiar, as she sees someone slumped over your shoulder, Jaeger, and starts running towards you.
Jaeger, here comes your girlfriend.
I hold on just sort of tightly to the priest, letting the person run up.
Okay, and it is Sergeant Elise who shows up. That's her right there, just as a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
As she runs up. Oh my god, is that Father Gregory?
Yeah.
He's not the man he
Minus
used
a
to
long
be.
or two.
As soon as she says that, Father Gregory speaks up again. Why did it stop taking? Why not more? Take more. And she runs around to face him and start examining him.
As she runs to the back, I kind of just roll him off of my shoulder so she doesn't really have to change orientation and lay him fairly gently onto the ground. And explain to her a bit about what we saw, what was going on. So I guess I'll lock that out.
Oh.
We found him in a room with, I don't know, demons. But as you can see, they took pieces of his flesh. But I fear just as much damage was done to his mind. He hasn't stopped mumbling just crazy instances since we've left the place. We took care of what we think was the problem from the Moore house, but it wasn't without casualty, both for you and for us.
I see. Did you find any of the others as well?
We did, but Father was the only one that we found still alive.
She slams her fist against the ground. Damn it! Damn those brown cloaks!
I don't think it was the brown cloaks. We've seen similar things to this years ago, but
I could have found
don't
them. I
think,
could have saved them. The brown cloaks dismissed this whole damn case. They wouldn't let me investigate.
She says I could have saved them. I
kind of start tap. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
the second she says I could have saved them, I just sort of kind of huff off and take about a 15-foot walk away.
I tap kind of on my on my mouth where my mouth would be, and I say, "Is this thing working, ma'am? It wouldn't work. I don't believe this was the brown cloaks. At least not alone."
No. You don't understand. I don't think the brown cloaks did this, but they were in charge of investigating these disappearances. They tried and failed. In fact, they didn't even really try. They asked a few questions and then just stopped. And I was forbidden to check this out during my duties. Because of that, time passes and she stares back at Gregory. And now this. But I'm sorry. You've done me a great favor making this discovery. I'll need to make a report, and also, I was carrying this and kind of scrounged it together just in case anyone actually helped me with this. As she takes out a sack from her side and tosses it at your feet, Orion, since you're the one talking.
I'll reach down and pick it up.
There should be 30 silver in there for all of you, for what you've done.
My eyes get bright.
I'll take care of Father and write my report. Thank you again for what you've done.
Elise.
And she looks up at both of y'all.
Perhaps you should look at burning that house to the ground. I'd just burn it down.
You mean the Moore house?
Yeah. No, you should burn that.
We'll definitely recommend it once I tell them what other bodies are in there.
There. You know what? All right.
But
you should.
She gets to her feet and starts picking up Father Gregory with her and kind of hoisting, not him up, but kind of helping him stand and walk amongst on her shoulder. He's still mumbling and muttering madness. She looks back up at all you one more time. Friends, again, thank you for what you've done. No one else in this city would have given two damns about all of this, but I'll make sure everyone knows what you've done here today. And she
Elise
starts hobbling past you.
You should also know that the Rude Boys were complicit in much of this activity. We ran into that local gang before we went into the Moore house. They gave us some trouble. They didn't know quite what was going on, but they certainly helped the operation to happen.
It seems they have a hand in much deeper things than what the brown cloaks let on. I'll put that in my report. Thank you. And she continues down the road to the south. And you're all left standing there in the streets, late at night.
As we look around, what types of shops, bars, or just buildings do we see?
Most everything is closed by now, as it's late. It is late. You would imagine maybe the inn you stayed at before would hopefully still be taking folks, or maybe the bar that you've been to before still takes folks. But either way, we are going to let time pass now because you guys have successfully completed part 1 of this.
You said that bag was 30 silver total, or 30 silver
Total.
each? Okay.
About a week of you guys being in this town is going to pass. So if there's any pit stops and whatnot you wanted to do, make sure to notate it. And tell me what you did.
So I give everybody 7 silver and 5 copper.
Okay.
And you can use that to purchase some potions or something or whatever during this week period. But I'll say you all decide after a week to reconvene at the Fallen Soldier. Just have a, sit down, chit chat with each other, see how everything's holding up.
And I assume we all full heal
Yes.
from being a week.
All of your gaping wounds and teeth marks and claw slashes and are taken care of. Even you, Orion, your body's all, you got patched up and best you can.
Repaired. Everything's fine.
All right. So unless anyone wants to do anything specific, a week is about to pass.
I'm gonna buy some stuff, but that's gonna be like I can just do that on the side here.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'd like to find our blonde sergeant there at some point, maybe a night or two down the road after I've had a little bit of time to compose myself. And I'd like to question her about my brother, Curzon. See if she's heard anything.
Okay. We can do that actually quite quickly. Go ahead and make... We'll do a perception check with 2 boons.
Apparently, he really wants to be found.
A couple days have already passed, and during this time, you've had a few chats with Sergeant Elise, mentioning a person, basing the description on your brother. And she says there is someone here that matches that description that she's seen. But she doesn't know where he is at the moment, or if he's around. But she definitely says someone matches the description.
Any information you can gather, I tell her where we're staying. You can get me together sightings, times, any of that stuff. I'd be welcome to it.
All right. And she will keep that in mind. Anyone else? Okay. Time is going to pass then as a week goes by. You all gather some supplies, check some maybe for some more merc work, maybe to get a little bit more money. Basically, just kind of take a week to recover from your intense experience at the Morehouse. You've all agreed to meet back at the Fallen Soldier in a week, and a week has indeed passed. As you all head into the Fallen Soldier. And it loads slowly. So, you've gotten a table. Thrak, you notice you're actually indoors this time, as when you came in, Quarian gave his usual, where's the dog? But it seems he's heard of your exploits, as Sergeant Elise has promised, and has heard what you've done to find Father Gregory. And says, as long as you keep him near the, keep him not on the tables and keep him away, he seems to be cool with it, so you're allowed to bring your dog in this time.
Awesome.
All right. You're all sitting there, having a drink, just kind of talking about what happened, the unfortunate loss of Brunhilde, the discoveries you made, the horror spectrals, and that thing just filled with organs. Why was it here? What was all that? Until suddenly, the bar doors open, and what looks to be a familiar face, sort of, walks in.
Not quite.
A little different.
I have a different avatar for it, but it's not ready.
What do you look like?
So I'm a slightly taller, slightly older dwarf. Look a little bit more experienced than most. My hair is long and dark brown, and I have turquoise tattoos on my chin and on my right arm.
You see a group that pretty much matches what you've received in a letter from your sister sitting at that table.
Oh, finally! Jeez, got to go from town to town. Can't find it. Just have to worry about this damn bitch and not where she's going.
And when I see her, I'll kind of tap Jaeger on the shoulder and motion over to this dwarf kind of stomping through the building here and say, does that seem familiar to you?
Yeah, I kind of put down my rum and I look back and I go, looks a bit like Brunhilde.
And as soon as like they say the name, that's who I'm looking for, and like slam the table like real hard with my hand. Like
Well, I'm
You.
gonna go for a walk, and I will
What? What?
I'll just kind of walk.
What? Hmm.
I'll go sit up at the bar.
She's dead. And I'm just going to sink down a little bit.
You're kidding.
No,
She's dead.
not 1 week ago. I tried to save her. I couldn't do it.
And I just kind of like sit there and like think to myself like, oh shit. She's playing a joke again. Like I'm laughing about it and just like, this isn't real. She's just gone off and hid somewhere.
So I just kind of go around the bench here, and I put my hand on Bertha's shoulder, and I say, "It's no joke. Your sister died helping out this town here in a fight with our friends."
Fucking chat. I'm sorry. Oh. How did it happen? And so, like, I assume you'll blah blah blah.
I
More
kinda
detailed recap.
No, I do not do a detailed recap.
Oh god damn.
I look at Taratic and Srak, and I say, "She died in battle."
Well, that's how she would have wanted to go. Did she ever find that treasure she always said she had a key to?
Kind of,
Say.
yeah. Look around inquisitively, but shrug my shoulders.
We didn't know her very long, but she never spoke of it.
She used to talk about it day and night. The Dwarven this, Dwarven that. I never believed her. Just a bunch of hootenanny. Well, and like can I like wave the barkeep down?
You can wave at him. You want to do that?
Okay, I like yeah.
He-
Be like,
He looks back over in your direction. Yeah, hello. He's just waving.
Can I get a round of beer over here?
Hey, you come and get your damn self. What kind of place you think this is?
And I'll speak up.
Like a-
Yeah, you come and get it your damn self. What do you think this place is? And I look back at the barkeep and kind of brighten my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, he looks at you nodding and he just holds up his hand for like a high five.
I give him the high five he deserves.
And it's about that moment when the bar doors open up again and a familiar face walks through.
Oh,
Oh,
The man scans the room for a bit and sees some familiar faces and starts walking up. I thought I'd probably find you lot in a place like this.
aye, and who you be?
He looks over at this new dwarf that's with you. You've already recruited more. That's good. You'll probably need it.
Recruited?
Torsten, where did you come from?
Well, I've
Oh, we're coming back to that.
I finally found
Just mumble, and then I walk off.
something good I can do here. I'm a bodyguard for a wealthy man from the Coins District. Actually,
I don't know if I'd call that good, but okay.
it's good money. Not much
Fame?
else. But there's a problem.
Oh,
He needs the help of some that are not connected to the law. Which I'm assuming you all aren't, right?
What's he trying to get done?
and what's he paying?
It'd be better to let him explain himself. If you all wish, I can bring him here, now that I know you're here.
Well, a man of that wealth is gonna cost for our time.
Well, that's for you to discuss with him. I was just sent to find some capable people. So, should I bring him?
Have you heard about the job already, Torsten? Do you know any of the details?
I know the situation, but I feel like it would be better coming from him.
And what do you know of him?
Well, he's the head merchant on the council.
Trustworthy?
As trustworthy as merchants can get, and his eyes kind of shift a bit. He seems like a good man. How he made his money, I don't know. But what he does now, I think, is more important. And he seems to do it to help the city.
Maybe I need a little bit more good karma on my side. I'm interested.
The rest of you, you're all still a team, right?
I'll at this point turn around and notice Torsten, and I'll kind of walk up. I've been oblivious to this whole thing, and I'll just sort of walk up and sit down.
Okay. So, are you interested or not? One of you is.
What are we interested in?
Making money.
Orion, right?
Yes, sir. OR-10N.
I have a
Look who came back.
potential job for you all, but I'll bring him here. I'll be back in a moment. As he heads to...
I'll look at...
out.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, he's just leaving.
I'll look at Jaeger and say, does it sound like a job we're gonna take?
He made it sound honorable.
I don't know. We just got off that last, I don't know what to call it, where we lost somebody from our group. I mean, sure, we did good. We took care of some of those demons, but I don't know. It'd have to be really worth it.
The money needs to be good. Plus, I gotta put this thing to use, and I kind of tap on my side, and I've got a nice shiny new scimitar on my side.
Well, you should do something because it's right, not because you get paid.
Life isn't always that simple.
These three are mostly mercenaries.
Yeah, not everything is gray and white.
Well, I guess we can at least hear him out to make an informed decision.
And it's
Is he broken or something?
It's about that time when the doors open again and you see Torsten walk in. And following behind him is a very handsome middle-aged man, you believe? And he should be appearing on the board. Right now, he should be appearing on the board. Oh, just as my connection to the server has been interrupted. Roll 20's roll 20 in.
Oh no.
It's roll 20 in.
Critical
Make a
fail.
save. Oh, there's Torsten.
Nice.
Oh, whoa!
Make an agility check.
Did Samurai walk in?
Okay, so
Mirror
this
image?
man walks in behind Torsten. and behind him, one more man walks in. All on a line as they head to your table.
Oh boy.
As Torsten stands aside. And man walks in. As the really handsome man walks up, this guy specifically. Hello, friends. I have heard from my good buddy Torsten here that you might be the lot I'm looking for. As he kind of just stands between you, Jaeger, and you, Orion. My name is, I guess the official title is Master Dreen, because of the council and the merchant and whatnot, but you could just call me Dreen.
At what point do I notice the other gentleman?
Right now, you see him walking in casual.
Has he laid eyes on me? I know he's not gonna recognize me. I've changed forms enough time.
He seems to have kind of scanned all of you and has a neutral expression on his face.
I'm going to leap up and charge him, shouting murderer.
Oh my, this just
Boy.
escalated. I'll stand up and sort of get in
The
between.
moment you start moving,
Push myself in.
Torsten gets in between you with a sword drawn. What is this? What are you doing?
I'm holding them.
This man is dangerous.
We're all
He's,
dangerous. Have you seen me?
That's why he came to us.
The man steps behind Torsten and kind of addressing you all. I'm not sure what he's referring to, but I mean no harm.
Curzon.
That
Does he,
is my name, yes?
perhaps you remember an incident maybe 30 years ago, and I'm going to shift out of form into Changeling Me.
Dreen, seeing this, immediately steps away while looking over to Torsten. Told me these people were trustworthy. What the hell are they doing? As immediately he starts kind of scooting back towards the door.
I'm wondering the same thing. What the hell are you doing, man?
Everyone in the bar sees what's happening and kind of starts shimmying around. Torsten has his sword drawn on you, Teratic. I knew you were a changeling already, so this doesn't surprise me, but if you don't stand down, I'm going to put you down.
Just stand down. Stand down. Teratic, stand down.
This man is the reason I exist. He attempted to kill the real Teratic 30 years ago.
What? I'm gonna just assume I've missed some part of your story somewhere. And there's multiple of you, I don't know. But you're here, and that's not such a bad thing. You almost performed open heart surgery in a demonic dungeon. You couldn't have done that if you didn't exist. And look at me. I can't even smell anything.
Curzon holds his hands up, kind of in a passive gesture towards you, Teratic, while saying, look, if you want to delve into my past, we can later. There is a much more urgent matter now. And not to mention, he turns and looks towards the crowd in the background. I thought you were supposed to be good guys, yet here you are causing this. Is this what you truly are?
Talk like that as if you were a good guy, but I know what you've been up to these past 30 years. You've got dealings with pretty much every black market and dangerous group out there.
You don't have to say that loud.
The only
I'll
connection...
kind of lean in, I'll say... Oh, go ahead.
The only connection I have right now is to Dreen's missing child, which you're neglecting to aim at me with your violence and hatred instead. You were supposed to be trustworthy. Torsten said that you were good people. Yet here you are threatening me and bringing up my past.
And I'll lean in to Teratic and I'll say, I don't think this is the time or the place. We can always deal with this later, but this is not the place. You're scaring the children. And I look at the bartenders, at the bartender and the patrons.
I've been hunting this man my entire existence, but I'll give him 5 minutes. Maybe you can make peace in it.
Let's
step
sit
back.
down. Let's sit down. Let's sit down. And I just kind of, I got hit by one of the shoulders. I'm like, come on, remember that time you got me bullets? We're good. We're buddies. Come on. Let's sit down.
And I just like keep, I don't really sit down. I just kind of stare at Teratic over there.
And I'll sit to where I'm in between Teratic and the other group.
Dreen actually is still backing up and going to his door. There's no way I'm dealing with lunatics like that thing over there. Torsten, what in the hell were you thinking? As he starts going to leave. But before he reaches the door, Curzon actually rushes over to him. Master Dreen, no, wait, listen. They may be our only chance. We have to at least... I'm willing to forgive all of that. It means nothing. We have to trust them. This is all we have. Torsten's not moving, but he's staring at you, Teratic, with the sword still drawn at his side. And after a few moments, Dreen sighs and starts walking back towards the table. So, are there gonna be any more theatrics here to put on a show for everyone in this damn tavern here? Changeling? As he's looking over at you.
I pat towards my right on the seat as if to motion him to come sit down and say, why don't you come tell us about this missing kid?
Are you patting for Master Dreen?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll walk to the side. Torsten will follow, because I will kind of stand behind. Okay. Well, And he turns around and kind of looks at everyone still standing up. As soon as he turns around, everyone recognizes him. They go back and they know better. They start minding their own business. He turns around and sighs. My daughter has been kidnapped. They're demanding a fucking ransom for her, and I need someone to take care of it. They said I can't get the police involved or the militia. I've been forced to turn to mercenaries, which Torsten assured me that you all could fit that bill. Was he right? Will you help me?
Well, he wasn't wrong, but we need to know more.
Well,
Who has your daughter?
he reaches to his side and takes out a large pouch and sets it on the table, and it jingles. I believe the Rude Boys, they call themselves, demanded
It's that or the madmen, something.
I deliver this pouch of 100 silver shillings to them at midnight behind the old fishery in a very specific marked crate. What I want is not justice and a matter of bringing them in and having them face the law. I want them all dead. And I'm willing to give this large pouch to whoever can perform that task instead.
Making a statement.
Yes, it should be known that people don't fuck with the head of the Merchants Guild.
Do you think we'll be able to kill them all before harm falls to your daughter?
I think you'll be able to, maybe make it to my daughter, rescue her, and proceed in gutting every one of them, or at least most of them, as best you can. Return my daughter to me, and assure me that some of those rude assholes are dead, and the money's yours.
Did they tell you that this was specifically in exchange at the point of the crypt? Or did they simply say to drop the money there?
They told me to drop the money there, and that my daughter would be returned to me. I strongly doubt they're going to be standing in some alleyway with my daughter waiting. Odds are they'll take the money, and hopefully bring her back the next day, few days, in one piece. But that's where I'm at. So, again, rather than dead, get my money and potentially not return my daughter.
Is there a known headquarters for these rude boys?
If I knew that, I would already be sending assassin after assassin to that place, but no, I'm afraid no one knows. But I imagine, if I were a betting man, I would bet that when I leave that money there, or when you leave that money there, they'll send someone or something to pick it up. That's where you need to get your information from.
Well, we can't leave that money there. They're going to have eyes on that crypt. You still have to make the drop.
Yes, that is smart. You are correct.
Maybe not.
And I look over at Taratic, anxiously, knowing what just transpired.
What do you mean?
I'm going to shift form here.
Okay.
My eyes will flash green like normal, and I will take his exact form.
And as he's doing it, I'll say, he's doing it! He's doing it again! Here we go!
Okay, give me just a second here to fix you.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with him.
Okay, I gotta change his image.
He's beautiful just the way he
Yeah.
is.
We accept
Thank you, guys. I
You're a
appreciate
rude
that.
boy.
No, it's Mad Men.
Ah, yes, the madmen.
The angry fellows.
The perturbed
get-
people.
Can we get a hashtag changeling lives matter in the chat?
And
Fly the banners.
suddenly, you see Taratic's form disappear and another Dreen sitting across from you. As he crosses his arm and leans back, I suppose that
Well, that's
works,
unnerving.
but it makes me very, very uncomfortable. What's to say you don't go impersonating me permanently after this?
What's to
We
say
don't.
your little buddy back there isn't who you think he is?
Right. And I'm staring at someone who decided it was in their best interest to jump up, scream murderer at this man, try to threaten and kill him on the spot without thinking things through whatsoever. And now he has my form and he's staring me in the face. I'm going to need to be convinced thoroughly that you know what you're doing.
Well, he has your form regardless, so that's kind of a moot point at this juncture.
Is that a threat? He turns and looks at you.
Not a threat, but a statement of the obvious. You can either accept our help or not, but the outcome of this is the same.
Swear to me you'll lose that form once this is done.
I
Yes.
look over at Taratic. Yeah.
If I had popcorn, I'd be eating it, just looking back and forth at this.
He lets out another long sigh.
The entire time, I'm not actually making any contact with the merchant. It's all on Curzon.
Right. Well, I guess this'll work. I suppose I should let Curzon explain himself a little bit now, and why he's here as well.
Well, before you do, when is this drop meant to be made?
Midnight. Tonight.
And where's the crypt exactly from here?
Crypt.
The fishery.
Ah, the fishery.
The fishery, sorry.
I can jot down notes for you on how to get there. That shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
Behind it will be
Okay.
an alleyway with a crate marked with a large X carved into it. That's the drop point. I don't know who's coming to get it. I don't know when they're coming to get it, or even if they're getting it today. I just know the drop is tonight. I would assume they wouldn't want to leave that money laying around.
And what time is it now?
It's about 8 at night. You guys kind of met up at a casual evening to hang out and drink and reminisce, and now you're being roped into something else.
It's like any time I've been to Applebee's.
Yep.
I'm gonna need something from you.
Hmm?
Your jacket,
My jacket.
coat, whatever, cloak, outer layer.
It's
I gotta look the
get
part.
the bill more, huh?
Yeah. Also, left-handed or right?
Right-handed.
I watched you walk in. I think I got the gate down. All right.
Make an intelligence check with one bone. Well, I suppose it'll sell the charade a little more as he takes off his overcoat and tosses it across the table. And it's a really nice overcoat.
I was expecting it to be.
I think we probably need your wallet too, just to sell it extra.
I'm afraid that's not happening.
Well, I had to try.
Jokes aside, I'm gonna let Curzon fill you in on why we're in this situation to begin with. Curzon? He nods and steps up. Well, we were on our way from a bar back to Master Dreen's home. Candace and I have been dating for a few months now. She's a really, really nice lady, but we were jumped by the... I can only assume the rude boys, but they were hooded and wearing cloaks, and they beat me senseless. They took her away. I came back shamed to Master Dreen and told him what happened, and a week went by until we heard something finally in the form of a ransom note saying everything Master Dreen's told you up to now. And I want to be there. I want to rescue her. I owe that to her for letting her be taken like that. He looks down, a little sad.
Well, yeah, that sucks. But maybe we can get her back.
Maybe. And you, and he looks over at the second Master Dreen. I don't know what you know about my past, but I can tell you whatever it is, I deeply regret it, and I'm willing to talk about it without weapons or blood.
I know the last person that came up missing was Taratic, and that you tried to sell him off to Eileen, that elven hag.
He
In exchange for what? Power? Money?
He squints his eyes and looks down, saddened. I know what I did was wrong, and I live with it every day. And I'm just trying to do things right now. And the first thing I want to do right here, right now, is rescue someone I'm in love with. And we need to work together to do that. So, my transgressions aside, can you look that over at least for now? And we can talk about me meeting my justice after?
If you're actually willing to meet it this time.
I am.
But I nod yes.
And I lean over to Bertha and like kind of halfway cover my mouth, and I'll kind of point towards Taratic and I'll say, "You're learning this stuff the same time we are, sister." This guy is weirder than we thought.
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming, I just got to say. I just came here for beers with my sis.
And I'll look across the table to Jaeger. And I'll say, would we be remiss in our mercenary duties to not ask for some upfront money?
That's a great point. With you guys being part of the mercenary guild, let's say we can get some equipment to help make this a success and talk about the payment for completing the job.
A few corrections. 1. Merchant Guild. 2. I don't want anyone knowing about this that doesn't have to know, aside from every damn patron in this bar thanks to the incident earlier. And 3. That bag? I don't give two shits what you skim from it. Take it all now. Disappear. Just know you'll regret it. Take what you want as long as you confirm the job will be done.
And how much is in that bag?
100 silver. Count them if you wish.
So you're willing to pay the ransom price to have mercenaries go in, hopefully rescue your daughter in order to get some justice on these guys instead of just paying and getting your daughter outright?
I think it's more about sending a message.
He looks over and kind of smirks at Orion. This one gets it.
Don't mess with this man, or robots and weird people will come stab you in the night.
Only 100 silver and the cost of risking your daughter's life. An expensive message.
I have a sinking feeling that it may be too late for her, but hopefully, if you can, bring her back. Mean a lot to me.
So, I swipe the whole bag and say, okay, we'll take it.
And with that, he slaps the table twice and stands up. Then a deal has been made. I hope to hear from you by tomorrow. If not, we'll see what happens next.
And where would we find you tomorrow?
Actually, he turns and looks back at you. About right here.
Fair enough. Wouldn't mind a morning drink.
He smiles and heads out.
Hey, before you
And he
go,
pauses.
I toss him my cloak. Wear this over your head. We don't want trouble later.
He kind of chuckles a bit. I need to be in disguise as well? Is that what you're saying?
It'd look really weird if you were followed and two of you came out of the same place.
I would expect a changeling would have been through this shit before, as he puts the hood over his head and heads out, with Torsten following behind with his sword sheathed now. And Curzon steps up and sits down at the table.
Well, he seemed like a nice guy.
Master Dreen is, he's a good man. He is.
I'm still just standing here at the end of the table. I just met these people. Alright, let's go kill some dudes. Fantastic, yes.
You're probably not going to die.
Hopefully!
Curzon, now that your master's gone, I feel like we didn't get the full story. A father doesn't lay his daughter's life on the line just to send a message.
Well, he hopes we can rescue her, but that's the main reason I'm here. Whereas he,
Is it daughter or girlfriend? I'm
well, it's his
confused.
daughter, but well, and he kind of looks away, but girlfriend.
Oh, it's the same person.
Her name is Candace. Very beautiful, very nice and sweet. But I'm not in this for sending a message or for murdering or anything like that. I just want to save her. So when we're together, and if the time is right, I'm gonna do my best to get her back. So that's why Master Dreen's interested in me being a part of this, and why I need to be a part of this.
And how much of a part of this do you intend to be?
Well, and he looks to his side. He has a rapier at his side. I'm rather quick with a sword. If need be, and rude boy's in my face, I can give him a quick, stab, through the chest and the shoulder and what needs to be done. Mm-hmm.
I just glance over at Jaeger.
How many sword fights have you been in?
Well, quite a few, honestly. And I'm, again, not sure what all Taratic knows, but I don't know if he'd even want to do this, but he could probably vouch for that.
I remember everything. Well, most everything up to the split.
All right. Well, we have one question that we have to ask anybody who wants to work with us.
And yes, what is that?
And I just look at Orion intently, like I'm just
look
in
over
shock
to-
at all the shit I've heard so far.
I look over at Bertha, and I look back across the table, and I say, "You have a dead body on your hands. What do you do with it? Where's the best place to drop it?" And I lean in, like, intently.
I immediately slap the table and say, "In the river!"
I glance over at her, my eyes brighten up really bright, and then dim
like-
really quick, and I look back across the table.
And I also just look really, really super excited. Like, did I get it?
I'm gonna need the whole class to answer.
Oh,
And then I look at him really excited.
you burn it?
I look at Jaeger. This guy's no, we can't take this guy. She can come. And I look at Bertha.
Burning's a good option.
And then I hold my hand up for a high five at Orion.
Give her one.
Yeah.
I begin to stand up and I say, maybe we can show him the way.
Yeah, I want him close by. Got to keep an eye on him.
I don't mind. But
Okay.
what is y'all's plan? Y'all are experienced with this, right?
Well, we haven't had time to sketch one out yet, but I suppose we need to be able to get a layout of this fishery, and perhaps place ourselves in kind of various locations around, and then spring the attack and throw them in the river.
I agree.
Okay, well, I'm right behind you.
Have you ever been to this fishery before? You can give us an idea of what to expect there?
I'm familiar with the layout of the city. An old fishery near the docks. It smells like fish, but there's nothing unique about it. It's not visited very often in the area they're wanting us to go to. Odds are why they want us to go to it. Aside from all of that, nothing out of the ordinary. There's a lot of buildings around it, actually, so you can get a good vantage point on the drop area, I believe.
Is the drop on the river side of the building or the street side?
Well, the fishery faces the river and the docks, and the back alley is behind it. So, neither, I suppose? But it connects to the main road.
I'll have to see the map, I guess.
Well, do we have another round and hash this out a little more, or do we get to it?
I'm always up for anything.
I think we get rolling. It's already getting late.
We don't want to see you guys setting up.
It's a good point. How far away is the fishery from here?
Maybe a 10-minute walk towards the northern edge of the town, I believe. Yes.
Well, 10 minutes isn't too bad.
But are we gonna?
So another round.
Maybe we get one for the road.
Not from me.
I'll hail the bartender.
All right. So how do you hail him?
I will stand up and I'll just start waving. What was it?
Aquarian Verge.
Aquarian. Yeah, Verge. Yeah, so I'll say, Verge!
He was wiping down a glass, but he looks up at you. Oh, it's Oren. What's up, buddy?
We're gonna need some drinks. It's a celebration
Well, you know.
of murder. No, not of murder.
Wait, what?
Of celebrate. Never mind. A round for, and then I look around and I see anybody raising their hands.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have one.
1, 2. Jaeger.
Yes.
3. I look across the table at the guy's name who I still don't know.
Curzon.
Curzon. Well, I mean, I know, but Orion
Oh, I
doesn't.
got you. He holds up his hand and just shakes his head back and forth.
We need 4. I'll be there in a minute because I know your policy on delivering drinks.
Ace turning around, and as he turns around, you know I make them, but I ain't gonna give them. You gotta come get them. And he starts making the drinks.
I motion for Jaeger to come up and help me. And
I
while we're
just
walking,
kind of stand here and keep my eye on both the quote unquote changeling
um,
and his friend.
I'll sort of as just casually as we're walking, lean over to Jaeger and I'll say, what do you think the odds are? There's some foul play, some kind of inside job going on here.
Absolutely. Something doesn't smell right about this.
We've done too many jobs that seem straightforward and they never are.
Well, you're not wrong, buddy.
But we got 100 silver to play with, so
We sure do. And
if we die, are disassembled and dismembered, then at least we went out, well, with some money.
And is it still about 8 o'clock, Jamie?
I'd say y'all probably been hanging here for about a total of 30 minutes since this entire interaction.
All right, about 8:30. Let's say we finish this round with the folks. Say that we need to get ready, and then do a casual stroll around the fishery.
I think that's a good idea. And at least get a better lay of the land. I'm pretty good at hiding. I could perhaps spring some sort of trap and hopefully not die.
I was gonna say maybe Curzon and I don't go all the way. At the moment, we both look like people who are known to be interested in this place.
And I guess we'll start making our way back with the brews. And I hand them out to whoever.
With, you two, make sure you don't kill each other.
I have no intention of hindering this operation at all. I want Candace back.
I'm not taking chances.
Well, maybe I should make it easier then. I'm not even sure if I've introduced myself, but my name is Curzon. It's already a little more out in the open now, as he stares over at Taratic. But I have a bit of a bad history. I've done some things I regret, and to sum it up, I'm trying to get over it and do right.
And how long have you been with Dreen?
With who? Dreen?
Master Dreen?
Oh.
Yeah.
I've been with him, well, I shouldn't say been with him, that sounds a little strange, but I've known of him since I got here. I mean, he's a part of the council. He's the head merchant of the council. But it's his daughter I was smitten with that really let me get to know Master Dreen.
And how long have you been here?
I've only been here for I think it's been about 3 or 4 months now.
So you and Candace were fairly new.
Well, Candace has been here all her life, I believe. I'm
But you two as an item if you've only been here 3 months.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And how long have you two been together?
Shortly after I got here is when we met. So, right around 3 months, I'd say.
It's been romantic since you two first met each other?
She was, as into me as I was into her when we first met.
And where did you meet?
Well, it was actually... I haven't thought of this part of the backstory, so fuck off. It was actually...
We got him, boys.
I just come over here and I'll finally sit
Oh.
down, but I'll sit like way over
He
here.
goes into a story about being in the coins district and just checking out some of the merchants and whatnot when he first arrived, trying to figure out a way to make some money. And when he ran into her coincidentally, and they had some, oh look at you, you know, back and forth, and they just hit it off after that.
Oh, look at you.
And how did Master Dreen take to your relationship with his daughter?
Well, I like to think I'm a bit of a charmer, so he was okay right after our first conversation, as he himself is, if you've noticed, very confident in everything he does.
I look over at Taratic and just kind of take in. Yes, he does look confident. And I'll pull out my pistol and I'll just kind of put it on the table and I'll just start loading it. And I'll say, "You seem like a fine fellow, one who would truly gel with us. But just know, if anything fishy happens, and the moment you start getting in the way, well," and I click my gun, load it, and put it back on my side, and just lean in and say, "Just don't be a liability."
Seeing all this, he looks at you, and he seems to have a smile on his face. Believe me, I wouldn't want it any other way. I want us to succeed more than anyone else, and I'm not going to do anything to slow us down.
All right, because generally I'm the biggest liability here.
That's good to know, I suppose.
Oh my god, so good. It's just so good.
And Curzon, what's your profession?
Well, I don't really have one at the moment. Master Dreen normally takes care of any expenses and whatnot. But as far as what I'm capable of, I believe myself to be, and he holds his hand in fencing motion again, a quick and agile fighter of sorts.
So, just to confirm, you've looked to make smitten with the master's daughter, come with no discernible wealth or profession, and in fact are mooching gold off the master.
Well, well, it sounds awful when you put it that way.
What other way is there?
I don't know.
Hey, some people just punch up. It's part of life.
While this is going on, can I do a perception check to see if there's any falsehoods in what he's told us so far?
Sure. Is there any reasons you should be good at reading this type of stuff?
He's family. We were close once.
Would you be considered close now?
It's been a 30-year gap, but I mean, we were very close for quite a while.
How surprised is Taratic hearing everything he's heard so far?
For me, so far, everything makes sense, but at the same time, I'm very untrusting of how much is the full truth.
Okay, in that case, go ahead and make a perception check with 2 Banes.
2 Banes.
Ooh.
You ain't
Man's got
supposed to know shit, bruh. Ooh.
Man's got a poker face.
So, you've been studying Curzon's mannerisms and movements and the way he talks this entire time, and you kind of expect this, but you untrust him so... Your trust of him is so low that it's almost like you're expecting something different, but regardless of your attitude towards him, he almost seems like a different person.
Okay. I'm going to step up from the table and ask for Thrak to come with me for a second. I'm going to step out of what should be what I think is normal earshot.
Okay, well, what's up, man?
I still don't trust him. I mean, everything sounds true. It feels true. But at the same time, he's had 30 years of running with not nice people. If something goes wrong, do me this one last favor. If he turns on you guys, make sure he doesn't walk out of here alive.
Oh, that there's no chance of that. But did you mean? It sounds like you're saying you have been following him for 30 years.
Yeah. He had a bit of a head start.
That's not a normal thing to do. You realize that, right?
It's kind of hard to follow one man across an entire continent, especially when he has a habit of falling in with dangerous people that you don't get close to.
What could he have possibly done?
I think he might have been behind that.
30 years.
I think he might have been behind that orc attack. I think he might have. I've seen that monster we saw in the woods before once, and it was while following Curzon. I wonder just how deep he really is.
So you think he set us up to become slaves?
I think he tried to set me up. He knows I've been after him. We've clashed a couple times in the past. Never could pin him down like this, though.
He changed me to real weird stuff.
Yeah, when your entire life is built on being a replacement for something else. Yeah.
What? Who are you replacing? I don't follow.
The original Tyradek was traded to some elves by this gentleman here in exchange for something. I don't know if it was power. I don't know if it was magic of some sort. The original and him had had a falling out. They'd fought over a woman. It had ended badly. And he had the elves make a copy so that way they could take the original me to do something, probably some sort of horrible magic. The hag that was involved was not very friendly.
Are you trying to mess with me? Like what?
No. That's my tragic backstory. Now you have the full of it.
I have the words of it. The meaning behind them is a bit shaky. But I assure you, he will not make it out of here alive if he turns.
Thank you, sir. And I'll walk back and join the rest of the group.
Curzon's just kind of sitting there quietly, just kind of looking around at all of you.
So, Curzon, how did you or the master hear of our group?
Well, it was actually Torsten who heard anything first. Apparently it was you lot that solved that issue at the Morehouse and discovered all those missing people.
Yeah, that was us.
Oh, that got you a bit of a reputation. You solved an issue that even the police wouldn't have anything to do with, which you probably already expect this, but they really don't take too kindly to. But all the better either way. You did the right thing.
Solved is a bit of an overstatement. We still don't know what the fuck happened there.
Well, the kidnappings have stopped, so that's more than anything.
We do know the Rude Boys were also involved there as well.
Yeah, that was the rumor going around too. He kind of looks away a bit.
I know you're still fairly new to the area, but what have you heard of the Rude Boys?
Well, they're just common thugs, as far as I know. You offer them some money and they'll do whatever you ask, and you don't have to offer much. I'm just wondering why they kidnapped Candace. Like, is that really their MO? They just see a couple going out and then they just jump them and take someone and demand recompensation? Surely they were...
Do you see this?
Hmm?
Do you see this bag of money sitting on this table?
Yes, but honestly, that's Master Dreen they did this to. The man could hire a militia himself and deal with whatever, but they opted to extract...
Which is why we need to tread with caution.
Well, certainly, but it just makes no sense. They're taking such a huge risk doing this, but they'll get what's coming.
Indeed, they will. And I'll slide my beer down to Jaeger because I've had a beer in my hand this whole time, but I don't drink or eat, so I just wanted to be part of the team. So I slide it down to Jaeger.
So, assuming it's about 9 right now, I'll go ahead and take a sip of the drink that Orion said to me. I'll also take the pouch and open it up and start to divvy it into 5 different piles, and split the 100 silver shillings into 20 for each of us.
Righto.
Don't we want to have that in the bag when we drop it off?
Curzon confirms
At least
that.
some of it?
We do need to make it look
That's
like
right.
we're doing a drop still.
Oh, that's right. And I just kind of bear hug it all.
And I like go to reach. I'm like, no, okay.
Shove it back in the pouch. You're like, oh, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
What if we put something else in there? No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But we should take some time to prepare before we go about this mission. We've got about 3 hours until the drop. I think I'd like to take a walk, if that's okay.
Are we going to scout the location?
Well, you can do what you'd like, but I think me and Orion are gonna take in the sights.
Curzon kind of
And we do need to
tilts his head a bit.
maybe play it safe. If this is as serious as we think it is, they may already have people there scouting it out themselves.
And he nods towards
I don't
Orion.
know.
Yeah, should we not be doing that? What do you mean take a walk?
I've got the bandana from our last adventure. I pull it out and I toss it towards Jaeger. That might get you a little bit further.
I appreciate that. Stuff it in, and I kind of lean over towards Curzon. I say, me and Orion are going to take a walk, and I say it with almost a little bit of intimidation. You can do what you need to prepare before we make the drop.
He's kind of just looking at you, sitting back a little bit.
I finish my drink and firmly, not slam, but firmly put the drink onto the table.
And I pull out my red bandana and I tie it around my head again.
All right, and you both are heading out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you two make your way to the exit here and head on out. Curzon then leans towards Bertha. Is he always like that?
And I just turn to him and say, "No idea, just met him."
He looks at you a bit confused and leans back again. Oh, okay. Well, what should we do?
Get ready for a fight.
We stay right here. What do we have to do?
Well, the drop is tonight. Are we going to scout it, or do we just what do we do?
It's taken care of.
I believe the
They're
scout is
taking care.
happening.
They're taking care of it.
That's what he meant by take a walk. Oh,
Are you dense?
just a little slow to.
Oh, this gets better and
Follow
better.
sometimes.
Now I understand how she died.
I'm sorry. I'm very antsy to see this through. It's just, I really want to make sure Candace gets back.
We will do everything we can to help. Look, I'm new here, just got here. I'll do what I can too.
All right. And on that note, we're gonna call it for the night.
We made it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 4 of us made it.
Brunhilde's older sister has arrived.
We'll get a new picture.
You guys fought a hellacious encounter, one that literally, if y'all didn't roll hits and good hits, y'all could have died in 1 round each. I mean, it could have been rough. But y'all pulled through. Good shit.
It was rough.
Yeah.
And next time, we're going to see about this Candace situation and where that leads. So, everybody out there, thanks for watching and tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. I don't have the chat of myself, but I see it's been very active with a few of our folks talking to y'all. So cool. Keep on talking, keep on listening, keep on watching, and keep on following and potentially subscribing if you like what we do here. We're gonna do a bunch more of it. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a good evening.
We'll be back Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
We will be back Wednesday.
Boy.
Goodbye.